hope you're all right. I'm delivering flowers again today. It's because it's towards Easter. So another good idea to just make a video while I'm driving and thinking. I even wrote, have you seen this? I just wrote out a load of notes as well this morning to be able to speak about this. So how are you all feeling? There's been a lot of things happening over the past week, 2 weeks. I actually think I've already gone through the event. I went through it about a week ago. When I was talking, actually the last time I was on here, over that couple of days when I saw the white pigeons, doves, I also saw, I told you a story about my friend seeing a coloured girl and a white girl walking down the street, and they handed him a purple card. Well, after he'd gone through that, he then saw a little baby pigeon which had taken its first flight, got exhausted and decided to land in front of him, not by coincidence obviously. So what is this man doing? So he moved the pigeon, and it was the next day actually while I was driving that I saw the flock of white pigeons that hopefully you all saw, and that was no coincidence because I'd missed the house number, etc. And also the following morning, for whatever reason, well, I know what the reason was, a church choir had decided to sort of come out of church and were walking past the local supermarket singing hymns, the choir part of them. And the guy at the front, he had his wine sort of church robes on and everything, but he was carrying a flag, which was basically a white stick with a purple flag on it. So again, we're going back to the Christ consciousness. And these are what these messages were that were coming through. I have very, very strongly been able to see energy in the air. So I've not seen the coloured wave coming in, but I've definitely seen, I am seeing particles in the air, like little light particles in the air. And I'm also seeing very strongly energy waves that are in the air. It looks like that shimmering that you see, you know, if you're driving and it's really hot on the road in front of you, you see that shimmery effect. It's a little bit like that, but I'm not seeing it on the road. I'm seeing it when I'm looking out of the window, not all the time, but at times. And synchronicities are just going off the chart. The numbers are going crazy, which I'm sure you've all noticed at the moment. This video is like to stay high. Just stay confident and stay high. First of all, yes, we are service to others, but you are not to let anybody drag your energy down at the moment. You are service to others in the way that if you feel that you want to help somebody, that you're trying to help somebody, you make sure that then, if they've got negative energy going on, make sure that their negative energy is having no impact on you. And if you think that their energy is going to have an impact on you, then make the decision to walk away. Because if you cannot keep your own energy in balance and keep it high, then you're not in a position to be able to help somebody else. Because if you're looking after somebody else, they're in a lower vibration and you're not stable, then they're going to bring your energy down, your vibration, and put you into a lower thing. And you know the sort of people that I'm talking about. You know, these people will be very low vibrational, but they could also be energy vampires as well. They don't do this deliberately, but because of their negativity, they will draw energy from you. They will take your energy, and while you are speaking to them, you will feel tired, you will feel drained. You may get to a low point where you actually feel upset or emotional because of them, and it's not a good upset or emotion, not a happy one. So that is really important at the moment, that you need to stay as high as you can, because what I felt, it wasn't the event, it's like a pre-event, it's not the actual event yet. It was a pre-event, we're building up to it. But I definitely felt it. A lot of other people will have felt it. There's also been an awful lot of reports of, if you look up on YouTube or look up on the internet, there's been a lot of reports over the past few days of rainbow coloured clouds. And can you see that? I don't know if you can see that on my camera as I'm recording. Can you see the sunshine coming through the window? And it's actually multicoloured. I can see green, yellow, red, pink, as the rays of sun come through my window. There you go. Just as I'm speaking about it. So again, synchronicities are really high at the moment. Yeah, on YouTube, on the internet, there is a lot of talk and pictures that are being brought out of rainbow coloured clouds that are in circles that look like portals, in all different parts of the world. They're coming out at the moment. They're called oil slicks or something. Really, really pretty. So many people are seeing them. I'm wondering if that is the wave. I wonder if anybody who's actually seen those, it is triggering them on a subconscious level, and that's either the start of their awakening. If it's some sort of trigger that's triggering them off as part of the pre-event, which I think it very well could be. So somebody could look at it and take a picture and say, hey, that's really pretty, and then start waking up. Or they could take a picture of it and then go to research it on Google, and it links into the event, and they start reading up or watching things about the event, and it starts to awaken them. So however this is coming through for you, it's amazing. Some of you are going to unconsciously go through it. You could have been asleep when the first of the energies, the first of the waves started to hit. Because again, I think that was a pre-event. I don't think that was the main one. I will just have to turn this off for a minute. I had to take then. So, where am I up to? Oh, yeah, some of you are doing it unconsciously. You might have been asleep when it happened. It may be coming out in your dreams. That would be, if that's happening, we've all gone through it on a different level. I think that's happening so that it doesn't cause too much fear, depending on how your soul is, on a conscious level. You were going to take it. They might have decided, no, we're just going to, you'll be asleep when it happens. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, people are feeling it, really, really feeling it at the moment. Now, I'm exhausted, to be honest, today. I asked the question because I know that there's 4 groups. We're now splitting into 4 different groups, which I'm going to go through in another video. And I wanted to double check which group I was in. I know I'm, one of the first wavers, obviously, one of the forerunners, being a twin flame and that. I just wanted to double check. And I wanted to know if I was one of the 144,000. Anyway, don't ask things like that before you go to sleep at night, because I've had a not bad sleep over the last few weeks. I haven't really been waking up. Anyway, I woke up at 1:44 a.m. this morning. There was my answer. So yes, I am. But that doesn't make it any better than anything else. That's part of group 1, and group 1, that's also tied in with all the star seeds, indigo children, first wavers, it's all grouped off at the moment. So yes, I am. I'm also an RH negative, which I don't know how many of you know. I don't really talk about it, but I am RH negative, and so is my twin as well. And and I'm sort of, I'm monitored and I'm more closely watched than most, just to see where I am in my stage and where I'm up to. And you know, the darker side will pop in occasionally and keep an eye on me. But it doesn't actually matter what blood group you are, because whichever blood group you are clearing for that blood group. You are clearing timelines, collapsing timelines, clearing that bloodline in whichever blood group you are. So really, RH negative is neither here nor there. We're just it's negative, so that's probably another video as well. Right, what else do I need to go through? There's just been it's so exciting at the moment, apart from me being really tired. So we've got the 4 groups, which I'm going to go through in another video. You've got a huge, and last night when I woke up during the night, it was really scary. I was like, oh my God, and I've had this feeling before. It's like, that's just too much responsibility. I can't cope with that. Oh, no. But we can cope with it. We can handle it. We are handling it. Remember how divine you are. Remember the amount of power that you've got in you, within you. Remember that you are Christ consciousness. You are a fragment of the Creator that is within you, and that part of you is waking up. And you are here to support and help everybody else. But you do not sacrifice your own energy to do that, especially not at the moment. You need to be holding the light and holding a space at the moment. So, oh God, where are we up to? When I was waking up, there was I went through a big thing about seeing 12 and 21 everywhere. And my daughter's dad lived at number 21. My twin flame lives at number 12. And I was like, what's going on here? We have got a huge wave after this next one. This is what I say. Do not worry if you think you're not feeling anything, or you think you're not experiencing anything, because these waves are going to keep coming, and they're just going to keep getting stronger. Depending on where you are in the process, whether you've even woken, you know, you're just starting to wake up, or you've been awake a long time, these waves are coming in to help you. So it doesn't matter. So there is a massive one in 2021. Most of you, from what I've heard, most twin flames who have been awake for a while at least, and since most twin flames that have been awake since 2012, 2011, and probably a lot more besides that, you should be in union with your twin by 2021 at the latest, because that's when the big wave, I'd say 2020 actually. That's including myself. Talking of twin flames, my twin flame emailed me on the 20, when did he do it? On the 26th. A quick email asking me how I was, which is highly unusual because he never does that. I haven't heard from him for a while, and usually, you know, I will send him an email and say, you know, I hope you sleep well, or have a good week, or whatever, and I hardly hear anything. Off his own back, not off his own back, guided and pushed by his angels, he sent me an email, you know, sort of said, hey, how are you doing? How you doing? Exchanged about 6 emails with him, very small talk, nothing much. But when I checked the date this morning, as to, it was the 26th when he emailed, 26th of March breaks down to an 11, and 2018 is an 11 or a 2, so he actually got in touch 11/11, just after, not long after the spring equinox as well, which is fantastic. You can see once you're going through that everything's connected, everything is vibration and frequency, everything goes in cycles as well. So yeah, there's that. where am I up to with this? Because I'm trying to drive. Let me go back to 2012 for a minute. We've got a lot of YouTube channels going, oh, it's the end. Well, we've always had, you know, people with placards and signs standing outside of shop going, it's the end times, it's the end times, it's the end of time. No, it's not the end of time at all. The end of time was 2012. It was the end of the Mayan calendar. When their calendar stopped, that was the end of times. That was the end of 3D and the start of 4D, moving into 4D. Now we are, as far as I'm aware, because of we can't have these synchronicities and be manifesting things in 3D. That's not going to happen. We are already well into 4D, probably upper 4D now, because we're not dealing with, you should be finding now that things are flowing a lot easier for you, especially if you are already on your mission and doing your mission. Oh, I've reached my destination, cool. Things will be flowing easier for you. You know, your business, if you are in a healing based business of any kind, a spiritual business, that will be starting to flow easier for you. You are manifesting things. So you're getting your bookings and your readings and your healings and your Reiki, and everything else should be coming in. And you really need to look at the name of this business I'm going to. You really should be starting to flow, starting to find that things are flowing. We're also at a full moon as well. As long as you are in a calm state and balance, then everything's starting to Imtech is starting to flow an awful lot better. Right, I'm gonna deliver these flowers and then come back to this. But what I'm saying is, we are now moved through 3, we're now into 4. And what I wanted to say as well, because we are manifesting, a lot of these synchronicities that we're having are repeats. We're having thoughts and then things are happening. This is part of our gift. This is part of the fact that in 5D we will be able to fully manifest what we need, but we are not fully able to do it right at this moment. But we are seeing where we are manifesting things, and we are manifesting the small stuff. This is a gift that we have to master, that we have to get used to. The way to master it is to master our thoughts. Try and keep our thoughts as pure and simple and as clear and peaceful as possible. And when we do that, that's when we move up fully into 5D as well. And that is when the real manifesting comes around. And those of you that, you know, I mean, I personally, I know what it is that I want to do once we're in 5D. I still want to build. I still want to get some land. I want to start building like healing little, oh, what they're called, little eco houses, healing houses, I want to call them, which is something I don't have the money for now to be able to do, but it's something that certainly once we get up into 5D, then absolutely that will happen, because that will also, you know, I'll be doing that with my twin flame as part of helping people, you know, getting this spiritual community together, this awakening, and helping, really helping people. So I'm going to turn this off because I'm just now going in round in circles. I've now got workmen looking at me as if I'm completely daft because I don't know where I'm going. Right, I will hang on and I will come back. Right, I really can't remember where I was up to, and it started raining, but I'm done. I wanted to just quickly go back to the synchronicities that may be happening to you at the moment. I had a white feather fall at my feet yesterday as I was walking down to the shops, and I literally watched it sort of float across as I was walking towards it, and then it literally just dropped. right at my feet. Not an accident at all. And the white feathers, that's just love and support from your angels, from maybe relatives who have passed over, who are just saying keep going, stay with it, we're supporting you, we're with you, we're guiding you, and you know, we're just saying yes, we're here. And it's just a physical sign. And what you should be getting quite a lot more and more as your gifts develop is this confirmation in the physical. Confirmation in the physical, whether you're hearing it through songs or white feathers or number plates, words, things written down, anything, then yes. I'll tell you what, actually, somebody mentioned it to me the other day, and it's only happened to me a couple of times, and it was going back to when I was first awakening. Have you seen the words change on the screen on the computer? You know, like one word change into another word. Somebody noticed that a couple of days ago with something they were reading online. It happened with me, but it was about 4 years ago. It was right at the beginning when I was waking up. And the other thing that I just want you to keep positive. I just want you to keep going and keep positive, and remember what you are doing with your energy. God, it's throwing it down. I shouldn't be doing this. Tones in your ears as well. They are starting, I'm sure for everybody, the tones in your ears are starting to get louder. There's been times recently where the tone in my ear, right or left, but usually in my right ear, that high-pitched tone has gone off in my ear, and it's been so loud, really loud, like several decibels louder than it usually is. Usually, you know, this is a sign of your connection. Again, this is guides and angels, or whoever it is that's supporting and guiding you, whether it's extra dimensionals, whoever it is. It's a sign of you being able to pick up on their frequency as they come closer to you. And again, you know, it's a download, it's information that's coming through which you may not be aware of at the time, because I'm not aware of it. I just hear a tone, but then it starts to become clear. You should also be getting answers to anything. Keep asking your guides and angels at the moment. If there's something going on that you don't understand, keep asking them. There is, as I say, there's no amount of this is not genie in a bottle and you get 3 wishes. You keep asking, saying, what is, you know, what does this mean, what does that, if you are not sure of something, and they will give you the answer. And that is becoming more and more clear lately, the answers that are coming through. You know, they can only communicate through tones, through signs, through your dreams, and it's up to us to try and interpret them. And they will find the easiest way to interpret things for you. If it's numbers, then they'll give you lots of numbers. I actually, when I finally went back to sleep last night, I jumped to the number 14 after waking up at 1:44. So again, and then today, every single time I have looked at the clock, it's been, you know, 9:11, and then 22, 33, 44, 55, which, whatever. They are very close. The energies are very close at the moment, and you're going through that. And again, if you're not, do not worry in the slightest. Do not doubt yourself. Don't put yourself in fear. It's because that is simply because we are all running in different cycles. We're all connected, though. We're all one. But dependent on where you are up to in the process of awakening, and what on your mission and everything else, what star sign you are as well, that completely comes into it. Everything is connected. It's dependent on what you're feeling at that time. You know, how close you are to union, how close you are to becoming fully awake and then stepping into your mission. What the timelines are like for you, what you as a collective consciousness dependent on where you live, what what your grid point is, things like that, on what you're clearing. Have you already cleared your bloodline and you're clearing part of the collective consciousness, or are you clearing something else? Are you clearing past lives? You're all going to be at different points with it. So I wanted to make that clear. There is, if you haven't seen a big coloured cloud coming in towards you, which I haven't, that does not mean that you have not gone through this pre, because I believe it is a pre-event. I think the energies are getting stronger. I think when the event happens, pretty much everybody, and we might all have gone through it. Some of us are asleep, some of us have seen the coloured clouds or the rainbow clouds, and not actually real. Some people, that's now triggered their awakening, but they didn't actually realise what it was because they're not going in these sort of circles. So just stay high. Completely stay high. Not in a drug way. just stay high. Do you know what? Going through speed bumps when you need a wee is not a good thing. It's really not. Thank goodness I'm going back to the shop now. So yeah, just stay completely high. Keep on with the diet. Keep on with everything that you need to do. You should know which little bits need tying up now. All of that. Anybody who needs help and support, obviously drop me an email, get yourself booked in for awakening, twin flame, either or, coaching and support, or reading if you want to know where you're up to with your twin flame at the moment. I don't know if those of you that have followed me for a long time, probably the last 3 years at least since I started, the Anna came up again the other day. If you remember, a few years ago we were trying to figure out who was Anna because Anna's name was coming up everywhere, and it's come up again. Now the most I can make of that, Anna is a Hebrew name for Mother Mary, which again, everything goes, is going back. If you're a Blu-ray twin flame, you're embodying the Christ consciousness. If you're any ray actually, and star seeds and indigos and everybody else, it's part of the Christ consciousness. Mother Mary is that. It's also another name for grace as well, and faith. So look out for that. It's just another name, and they will tell you. Guides and angels are going to tell you in whichever way comes through to you that you can understand. But it's definitely remembering now to control your thoughts, keep them as pure as you can do. This is what is leading. Your thoughts are going to expand your gifts. The more pure and light your thoughts are, without judgment, without ego, that is what's going to develop your gifts even more, to bring you up and ascend into 5D. I think for the most part, while we're in upper 4D, it's like our gifts are not fully online, but they're almost there. With that, just trying to see what sort of bird that is. Oh, I think it's a kestrel. Because until you can master your thoughts, master the way that you actually think, if we were to get these gifts straight away, these manifesting gifts, we'd all be rushing out and getting new Porsches, wouldn't we? And that's not the way this is working. That's not happening. We are perfectly entitled. I mean, you need to value who you are as a person, spiritually as well. And as I said, things should be flowing a lot more easily for you with readings and bookings and Reiki and whatever it is that you do, because you are valuing yourself more. The more you value your gifts and value yourself, the more you will be in the flow. And again, that's not in an egotistical way at all. It's actually being very thankful for the gifts that you've got and giving thanks for them. And even if you are not on your mission yet and you're not quite stepped into that, you will be stepping into that quite soon. You know, you'll get a lot of nudges and sort of pushes to give up the job or to move, or you're all getting put into the right positions that you need to be put in at the right time. So I will upload this. I'll be back at the shop in a minute, and yeah, you lot, thank you for subscribing and liking and supporting and everything. I just want to say I love you lot so much, so much, and my God, you are so amazing. Do you realise how much we are helping to lift the earth up, how much you are uplifting things at the moment, how much closer we are to the event because of you, because of your love, because of your positiveness, because of the work and the research and the spiritual path that you are on and that you are doing. Wow, just keep up with it, because you're all absolutely amazing, and I feel such unconditional love for each and every one of you. I really do. And I can't look at the camera when I'm trying to go around a roundabout. Yeah, just stay high completely. Readings will be out at the weekend. The new twin flame energy readings will also be out at some point over the weekend, probably around the 31st or the 1st. I've got quite a lot to get through this month, but have a happy holiday as well, because I know a lot of you will be stopping for the holidays. My daughter breaks up on Thursday for the holidays, and I will see you all probably at the weekend. If you're getting ready, however you celebrate the holidays, whatever you do, just have a great time. Thankfulness, complete new cycle, spring equinox, and we're almost on the full moon as well. So keep those thoughts positive and spiritually in line as well. So